Hey there, fam. So, I had this amazing insight during my meditation just now of what truly holds us back from expanding, from doing all those things that deep down we want to do, but we let that voice in the back of our head stop us. That inner critic tell us that we can't do it. And it comes down to the idea of surrender and what that really means. And what I was told and what I feel is you're not surrendering to that pain, to that story, so much as surrendering that pain and that story so you can step into a new aspect of you. You see, we are always expanding, whether we know it or not. Whether we are allowing ourselves to consciously be in that expanded state or not. That is why we always have new desires, because there's always more to explore within us, a new level. But oftentimes, we don't know how to get there, because we feel this inner resistance and outer, where we feel that tightness in the chest or throat, or we can't say our truth. Or we immediately self-sabotage in some way. We tighten up, we block out people trying to care about us. We literally push away what we want most. And that's simply because we're not willing to bring awareness and actually feel and observe that story, that feeling, that energy that's stuck within us, that is not of our natural frequency. Because we don't understand that by observing it, by feeling it, we are transmuting it. We are stepping through that unconsciousness. Or better said, that we are the light shining and dissipating that unconsciousness, which is just untapped potential. And once we bring consciousness to that unconsciousness, it then too becomes conscious. Just as the light in a dark room illuminates it. It illuminates the darkness. So what happens is we immediately shy away from that resistance, from that story. Because we become a part of it. We match it. When all we have to do is remain in our knowing that we are the consciousness, that we are the true light. We are not that story anymore. We just have to be willing to explore it. Because when we do that, it starts to dissipate. Just by looking at it, it dissipates. By surrendering that story, you're tossing away that story that's blocking you from you. That next layer of you. Feeling is a natural sense. It's our sixth sense that we have learned to shy away from. It is uncomfortable. Because we don't understand them. But just because we don't understand something doesn't mean it's bad. So surrendering that story, surrendering that pain to then explore a new aspect of you. To expand your consciousness of your consciousness. And, healing in that way, what I see, what I do with people, and it's not just people who intentionally do this. When we are navigating ourselves, and we see every aspect of our life as simply navigating a part of our consciousness. Exploring another room in our house, our building, whatever you want to call it, our world. We allow ourselves to stay in our alignment, in our frequency, because it no longer becomes about achieving something, proving something. We're no longer from a state of lack or not whole. But we're operating from a wholeness. So we already know We are everything. We're just relearning, remembering who we are. We're exploring ourselves. So it no longer becomes about that your lover opening up to you more, or your lover being a certain way. Because in that way, you are asking permission to explore that part of yourself. You don't need permission. That is what's holding you back from just choosing to go after that thing. That's one aspect of it. Because you still think you need permission to be that. You don't feel safe doing it. You're waiting for that green light. You are your permission slip. You can literally explore any aspect of yourself. And that is why we have desire. Your desire to connect more to yourself. And anything out here, material desire, is a metaphor for an aspect of you that is calling to be explored. And you're never done. That is healing. So when I work with people, I am not giving them anything. I am acting as a gateway for them to explore more of themselves because they don't feel safe enough to do it yet. Just by listening to this video, I am calling out that version of you, and you are feeling that. The energy you feel right now is that new aspect of you that you haven't tapped into yet, or maybe you have, but you haven't done it consistently. It's a choice. When you're choosing to surrender, you are choosing to explore this new part of you, your authentic self, and surrendering what has gotten in your way of doing that. The reasons why you haven't, if you don't feel you can. Those limitations, because you are limitless. You are multidimensional. You have limitless realities within you to explore, which are just different aspects of you. So when I work with people, I help them navigate that. I give them the tools to do it on their own, but I'm not giving them anything. I'm literally calling out that version of them. And understanding that you get to choose is a major eye-opening experience, heart-opening experience. But you don't need permission to explore those parts of you. So the key here too is, once you decide, I want to explore that aspect of me, you bring the energy back to you. We are no longer basing it off of everybody else, what they will think. Because by doing that, you are calling out their most authentic version too. That is a match to your authentic version. And if it's not, most likely those people will exit your life. Because that is how reality works. You turn on an aspect of here to then attract the like version of that out here. Whether it be someone with a matching desire, whether it be someone or something like money, money coming in. Anything that matches that frequency of you, you will experience more of you. It becomes a lot less complicated when you think of it that way. A lot less moving parts when you bring it within. So if you're struggling right now, and like, God, I had this goal for so long, I had this desire for so long, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to be that. Give yourself permission to not know. To simply decide, I'm going to explore this. I am choosing this desire, this aspect of me. And let yourself explore it and learn it. Because we think we have to know everything. We think we have to know the exact path to that goal when we don't. It's an aspect of us that we are exploring. And the moving parts, the physical manifestation of it will come naturally when we stick to being that version of us. When we hold our energy within us and make it about us. You will become so magnetic when you get this. You will see people shift before your eyes. You feel this right now when I'm talking to you because I'm literally activating parts of you that can never be unactivated. You are changing just listening to this video. How amazing is that? Change really is that simple. It is a choice of who you want to be, what you want to explore. So far, you've been exploring in this shadow, this limited version of yourself, because you've been afraid to give it up. But the thing is, the reason why it doesn't feel right now is because you're not operating in your frequency. You become sucked into that program that you're in, that belief, that story that does not match your frequency. But you choose to believe in it, so then you're consistently projecting that out into your reality. You're consistently sitting in it in here because you're too afraid to feel it fully, to feel through it, to explore that new aspect of you and allow it to move through you, allow more of you through. That is change. It's all in here. It's all a choice. And the more we toss away those stories, those programs, those beliefs that do not resonate with us and that desire that we have, the more of ourselves we allow to move through us. Because everything is within that authentic frequency. Everything you want is within that authentic frequency. The problem is we have all this baggage that is stuck to us that is not of our frequency. There's stuff we picked up from others because we're consistently coming outside of our frequency to match others, to match circumstances around us. When all you have to do is go within and choose who you want to be. What reality you want to explore that is only a part of you. So this is really helping me today. And so I'm making it a goal today to simply just do this. Throughout the day, ask myself, what part of me am I exploring? Am I being me or am I falling into an old story? What's that story? See myself as illuminating it and shifting it automatically, guiding me back to myself. What version of me do I want to explore right now? Choose it and then let yourself move into it. Let yourself relax into it and allow what wants to come out through. We're so afraid of our authentic self because we're so used to hiding ourselves. There's no need to hide anymore. There's nothing wrong with you. Anything that comes out is going to be an awareness that you can shift from. But if you don't know it wants to come out, how will you ever really know yourself? How will you ever really go anywhere? Give yourself permission to be your own permission slip, to be 100% authentic. You don't have to be perfect. It's about exploring you. You don't have to know how that new version of you does everything. You're learning it. That's growth. You don't have to be good at everything. You don't have to know all the details. So can you see through that lens today? Everything you approach, ask yourself, what version of me do I want to explore doing this? What version of me do I want to explore today? It can be as specific or general as you want. It can be something as easy as, I want to explore that version of me that nourishes herself, whose world nourishes her, where she can just relax into herself and just be authentically her and allow those things to come to her. Who's that version of me that is sexy, that is flirtatious, that is willing to be bold and say what she wants? Who is that version of me? Make it about you, because I promise you it's all about you. Other people are only reflecting back to you what you're choosing in here anyways. So why not make it something that you actually want? You have the power. So let me know if this works for you. You can comment below. You can message me. You can also book a call, one-on-one call through my Instagram if you want to do it that, or you can comment below as well and I can get back to you. Just to go deeper. Just to explore what versions of you want to come out. Activations. It's really chill, actually. Because our energy does the work for us. But, yeah. Just a little tidbit that I got that I wanted to pass along to y'all. Love you.